So maybe you were told to just take a statin because your cholesterol came back high. So let's just put a statin in there. And for me, I don't know about you, but I want to know why the cholesterol is high. So that's something that I would encourage you to ask your doctor and to maybe dig a little bit deeper on your health journey to explore more of why the cholesterol is high. Because just taking a statin doesn't solve the root cause of the problem. You may be manipulating your blood work so that, hey, there's a different outcome there, but it doesn't mean that there's a different outcome inside. And so I found this interesting study. It was with people that were all 65 and older, and they compared just usual care to taking a statin. And there were 1,400 people in each group. And so I'll share my screen. I took some clips of it so that you could see it. And okay, here we go. So here's the study. And they were comparing the use of statin versus just usual care on cardiac prevention. And you can see in the chart here that this is all-cause mortality by treatment group. And you'll see that the mortality rate was 18% higher in the statin group. So when we take a statin, I'll talk to people about their health, and a lot of times they'll say, oh, well, I'm taking a statin, so that's fine. Is it really fine though? Because the statin, like I said, it might have manipulated the outcome in the blood work, but it doesn't mean that it dealt with what the actual root cause of the issue was. That's still there. So, and that's an important thing to keep in mind, because that's going to be a picture of your overall health and how well you're able to sustain your quality of life moving forward. So, your liver makes your cholesterol. So when you take cholesterol medication, kind of, strangles the liver a little bit and says, don't stop making it. But your body is pretty intelligent. It knows what it's doing. So we want to ask, well, one, if it is genuinely making too much, why? As we age, our ability to fight oxidative stress is more and more compromised as we age. Other processes that were doing this work for us, they're doing less and less work. They're kind of retiring, hanging up the hat, so to speak. So something else needs to come in and do that work. So cholesterol is an amazing antioxidant. So maybe the root cause is that we want to find ways to lower our inflammation. Maybe the root cause is that maybe we need to do other things to support and manage that oxidative stress. Maybe we need to reduce oxidative stress. So there's lots of things that create oxidative stress. Maybe it's EMFs and that type of thing. There's lots of things that cause oxidative stress. So maybe there are genetic reasons why we're prone to a higher level of inflammation, and maybe genetically we don't manage oxidative stress well. So we want to bring in other tools to do that work so that cholesterol doesn't have to do all of the work for us. Or maybe it's that, the liver isn't making too much cholesterol. What we know now based on studies that what we eat really has no impact on our cholesterol levels, very little. It was a very, very, very minute percentage. So that's like, a drop in the bucket, so to speak. So so it's not what we're eating, but maybe we're not making hormones the way that our body should be making hormones. So if we're not converting to hormones, a lot of times when you have cholesterol issues, there's also some type of hormonal issue as well. So in men, a lot of times there's a testosterone issue. In women, there's a variety of hormonal issues that could be there. So there's always, that possibility too. Well, if it's not converting to hormones, why not? Do we not have all the rest of the ingredients that the body needs to do that? Or are the other glands and organs maybe that are involved, are they struggling in some way? So these are the things that we'd want to look more deeply at. And these are the questions we really want to get to. And when we do more of a root cause approach, that's what we're looking at. We're starting at the foundation and we're working our way up. I guarantee you somewhere along that process is where you're going to actually hit it. So there's a great book. It's called The Cholesterol Myths. by Dr. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's like a Russian name, but if you search the cholesterol myths, I'm sure it'll come up for you. And I can put that link too in the comments. But that's a great book for a resource. Because statins, in addition to not really solving the problem, they're also creating other issues at the same time. So they're going to deplete CoQ10. They're going to deplete selenium. Well, guess what? Depleting selenium is going to impact your thyroid because your thyroid needs that selenium to make T4. So it's also going to impact your heart health. CoQ10 will as well. So by depleting those resources, now you're creating a cardiovascular problem that's most likely what you're trying to prevent in taking a statin in the first place. Keep in mind, I've talked about this before, but cholesterol is the firefighter. It's not the fire. So if it's truly off, you want to look at more of a root cause approach. And it's asking questions like that are going to address the fire. Because it's not something that you want to just turn the alarm off. It's like, the gas light in my car. I struggle with getting gas, especially here in Maine, because I have to pump my own gas now. And I'm used to coming from Jersey where someone pumps your gas for you. So, but it's like, in my mind, if I were to just slap a piece of paper over that gas light warning, that I need gas, I'm still going to run out of gas. If I cover that light up, I'm still going to run out of gas. So it's not something that you want to ignore. It's something that you really want to get more of the bottom of, if it truly is a problem, because that's a thing too, is that what our healthy cholesterol levels are going to vary from person to person. So to come up with some of these numbers that don't necessarily correlate to our heart health or our cardiovascular health. It's kind of like, look over here, don't look at the real problem kind of thing. Well, that's a serious issue. So we don't want to be doing that. We want to be addressing the root cause. We want to be getting to the bottom of it and not have this false sense of security. Like, well, I'm taking a statin, so that's managed, it's handled, it's taken care of, because it's not. That's not the fire is still burning inside. What created that fire is still struggling. So that's really the point where we want to get to. And that's what we do when we work with people as well. So keep that in mind. If you know someone that is on a statin, maybe they're considering taking a statin, or they're struggling with the statin that they're on, it's definitely a valid concern. So you might want to share this with them. I'd love to talk with them. We can schedule a free 15-minute call, and we can go from there and help them get to the root